talk about literature, and specifically we try to convey our ODI literature.
Yes.
And of course, you are today here. We try to interact with you, try to understand you, and specifically what you would like to say, particularly Odisha culture.
I think it's very special because I have been every place. I've even been to Patal Bhuvaneshwar in Himalayas underground for 4 hours. And but there's above the clouds and to the southern point and east to west. And really, coming back here, you must know, maybe you don't, that people are they're nice people.
During your line that you mentioned in jazz that when we talk about something story or something topic, particularly the children are interestingly listen to a story. But when we talk about the young generation or aged people, they have the ability to convey the writing section. So, in particular, the literature of literature, how you try to convey towards writing?
First of all, the Mahabharata that you have here, it's not ordinary literature. So people can write creative stories and creative everything, but that's fiction. What you have and what we have with sacred things is non-fiction, sacred non-fiction. That's different. And sacred art is different, again, than creative expressionism or 100 things. That's all well and fine, but you have a world-class, premier class of sculpted temples, charged temples. These are not ordinary places. If someone is completely insensitive to that, then we just have to pray for them. But these are charged places. Perhaps you're used to it because you live around it all the time. You are the people who are here as the conservers of this culture. And it's beautiful. And Bhuvaneshwar is, in my very studied opinion, it is the premier temple city of India.
How are you feeling? Is it satisfied for the you
I think so, and I'm trying to understand. I'm catching some Oriyan, you know.
Okay.
One thing I did want to say, though, in terms of the Sarala Das, his role, it's a sacred role. He's an Adikavi. And also, it's a story form. It's sacred non-fiction, inviting humanity to a more ethical, just, hopefully ultimately true way of life. And it should not be lost. Somewhere, even in translations, which I think hope there will be, the original language must be there to underpin it for even proper understanding or scholarship or anything, but you should be proud of that, and India should be proud of it. Also, that little manuscript I mentioned to you about being an Upanishad, it also speaks of a master, a rishi who taught humanity the arts. Where else do you see the arts here, even before these temples? So, in that sense, there's a confusion when you're reading about the arts in India. An art historian will never get this. You need to understand philosophically and meditatively what it's about. But Rishi, and I think he was, Pipalada, he was the master Shilpi.
Ma'am, do you like Odia people?
Oh, very much. And it's different. Somebody in a line at an airport or a train station in Orissa will actually help you or let you go ahead of them or whatever, male or female. It's different. But this particular rishi as a Shilpi, everybody is confusing and saying, oh, that's just sculpture. It's not. Painting is considered a truncated, flattened form of sculpture, which is correct. It has a dimension. So, have you ever wondered why the Peepli village is called the Peepli village? I wonder now if it wasn't in some ancient way an overture toward Rishi Pipalada, who knows? But I want you to know, in America, there's always a Peepli hanging in my garden. Into the snow, refresh it again in the warm weather. It's always, always out there.
Thanks.
Very welcome.